Woj, still no official announcement from KD or the Warriors. What can you tell us about the injury as of right now?
Well, the expectation remains that that MRI will confirm a torn Achilles. Ultimately, the MRI will show the severity of it and what kind of a rehab process Kevin Durant will be facing. But he went to New York, met with Dr. OMalley, and they'll go from there and make a decision on how to move forward. It's likely going to require a surgical procedure if indeed it confirms a tear.
Should anything be read into on the part of fans who are wondering about where the relationships between KD and the Warriors, the fact that they went in one direction and he went the other, to have this looked at by a doctor 3,000 miles away?
I don't know that there's anything to read into that other than, Dr. OMalley is at the very top of that profession. He has been a patient of him before. He's worked closely with him, through different foot injuries, lower leg injuries in the past. And I do think he played a part in, he's continued a relationship, a professional relationship with Durant through the last few years here.
Okay, and so then let's get to what happens from here. Durant has a lot of options available. You and I talked about this just a bit yesterday. Let's expand a little bit. One of his options is opting in for another year in Golden State. What are you hearing as to what he is considering with the injury?
Well, they still have time here. He still has until June 29th to make a decision. I think opting in is the last resort. $31.5 million for next season. That's really if you couldn't find any other team to commit to you on a contract. Because even if he opts out of the contract, and even if he did a short deal with another team, a 2-year deal, that starts at $38 million. But I still think there's going to be a market for Kevin Durant to get a long-term, whether it's max or near max contract. He'll be 32 before he plays again, if indeed he misses all of next season. But that $31 million opt-in really is if there's nothing else out there after canvassing the league, or if the Warriors decided that they didn't want to do that. I'd be shocked if the Warriors were not willing to still go long-term with Kevin Durant on a deal. But essentially, he'd be a $38 million redshirt player for whoever he signs with next year or opts in Golden State.
Yeah, this thing creates so many more questions than it does answers.